Hello students, in the previous lecture we have taken different levels of mechatronics and also we have taken measurement characteristics of mechatronics. Then in this lecture we will study different examples of mechatronic system. So this mechatronic system is used in different systems. So we will take in today's lecture two examples, that is a washing machine and digital camera. So basic mechatronic system consists of sensors, then microprocessor, microcontroller, then also some mechanical components, then actuators are also used. So these are the basic components used in mechatronics, or we have also studied some key elements in mechatronics. So first we will take the washing machine. So there are system requirements while designing the any washing machine. That is, first we have to understand the load of load size, or how much load is given to that washing machine. Then receptacle to hold clothes. Then plumbing, that is depth measurement. Then it should be easy to use and highly reliable. Also it has a low cost. Then actuators, then AC or DC motors, which type of AC or DC motors we have to use. Then water inlet or drain, sensors, water level, then load speed oblique balance. So so these are the system requirements for the washing machine. So this is a basic block diagram of a washing machine system, and this is a block diagram from book W. Bolton by Mechatronics, which is a standard book. And this block diagram shows the feedback from output of water level, water temperature, drum speed, and door close. So this is a clock input program given to the controller unit. Then correction elements are different. Correction elements are there: pump, valve, heater, motor. Then process, that is in that washing machine drum is there. Then outputs, that is water level output or feedback is given to the controller unit. Then water temperature also given feedback to the control unit. Then drum speed, door close. So this is a basic block diagram of washing machine system. This above block diagram shows the basic washing machine system and gives a rough idea of its constituents elements. The system that is used to be used for the washing machine controller was a mechanical system which involved a set of cam operated switches. So generally washing machine uses these cam operated switches. So figure shows these cam operated switches, that is a flat portion gives the switches open, and curved part gives the switches close. This curved part, this is a cam, and these are the switch contacts. uh, this figure 1.13 shows the basic principle of one of such switch. When the machine is switched on, a small electric motor slowly rotates its shaft, giving an amount of rotation proportional to time. Its rotation turns the controller cams so that each in a turn operates electrical switches, and so switches on circuits in a correct sequence. So the contour of a cam determines the time at which it operates a switch. Thus, counters of the cams are the means by which the program is specified and stored in the machine. The sequence of instructions and the instructions used in a particular washing machine washing program are determined by set of cam chosen. With modern washing machines, the controller is a microprocessor, and the program is not supplied by the mechanical arrangement of cams but by a software program. For a pre-wash cycle, an electrically operated valve is opened when current is supplied and switched off when it ceases. This valve is allowed cold water into the drum for a period of a time determined by period of a cam or the output from the microprocessor used to operate its switch. However, since the requirement is specific level of water in the washing machine drum, there needs to be another mechanism which will stop the water going into the tank during the permitted time. When it reaches the required level, a sensor is used to give a signal when the water level has reached the preset level and give an output from the microprocessor which is used to switch off the current to the valve. In the case of cam control valve, the sensor activates a switch which closes the valve admitting water to the washing machine drum. So you can skip some part of that or we can take in short. That is for main wash cycle, the microprocessor gives an output which starts when pre-wash part of the program is completed. So in case of CAM operated system, CAM has a profile such that it starts in operation when pre-wash cycle is completed. It switches the current into circuit to open a valve to allow cold water into drum. This level is sensed and the water shut off when the required level is reached. The microprocessor or CAMs then supply a current to activate a switch which applies a larger current to an electric heater to heat the water. So this process of this machine working is explained in detail. That is cold water, hot water is used in that. So a temperature sensor is used to switch off the current when the water temperature reaches the preset value. The microprocessor or cams then switch on the drum motor to rotate the drum. This will continue for the time determined by microprocessor or uh, or cam profile before switching off. Then microprocessor or cam switches on the current to discharge pump to empty the water from the drum. So this is a important working part of the washing machine. So microprocessor plays important role, then cam switches, then also uh, here to control the heat water and cold water uh, above working is required in a washing machine. Then next is a automatic washing machine. Here, as previously mentioned, we can also brief the automatic washing machine. This washing machine have integrated sensors, controllers, programmer to measure the load, fill with water and adjust the temperature. Various programs are executed to operate the machine, wash, rinse and spin, dry. So all these are operations in related to washing machine: wash, rinse, spin, dry. In some cases they will even use hot air drying. This is a good example of mechatronics. The system uses solenoid valves to fill and drain the drum. It has a level and temperature sensors, weight sensors, and speed sensors depending on the program. These are all processed to activate the power control and speed of the motor. So this is also basic block diagram. That is a motor, power control. Power control is there. Microprocessor, program select is there. Water feed, drain, heater. Then n number of sensors are used. So different parts of washing machine. This figure gives in detail what are different parts of the washing machine. So wash selector, water level control, time controller, water supply hoses, drain hose, then water inlet valve, then off balance switch, water filter is there, spin pulley is there, then spin assembly, water pump, water hose, HOAC hose, then transmission, motor pulley, then water level control assembly. This is a control assembly to control the water. So in next we will take uh, parts of washing machine. These are the different parts of the washing machine. That is a water inlet control valve. near the water inlet point of the washing machine, there is a water inlet control valve. When you load the clothes in a washing machine, this valve gets opened automatically and it closes automatically depending on the total quantity of the water required. The next part is a water pump. The water pump circulates water through the washing machine. It works in two directions, recirculating the water during wash cycle and draining the water during the spin cycle. Then next is a tub. So there are two types of tub in a washing machine. So this is a additional information, tub information we can skip. Then agiator or rotating disc. The agiator is located inside the tub of the washing machine. It is the important part of the washing machine that actually performs the cleaning operation of the clothes. During the wash cycle of agiator rotates continuously and produces a strong rotating current with the water, due to which the clothes also rotate inside the tub. The rotation of the clothes within the water containing the detergent enables the removal of dirt particles from the fabric of the clothes. Thus, agiator produces most important function of rubbing the clothes with each other as well as with water. Then motor of the washing machine. The motor is coupled to the agiator or the disc and produces the rotation. These are the multi-speed motors whose speed can be changed as per the requirement. In the fully automatic washing machine, the speed of the motor, that is agiator, changes automatically as per the load on the washing machine. Then timers are used, different timers. The timer helps setting the wash time for the clothes manually. Then printed circuit board. PCB comprises the various electronic components and circuits which are programmed to perform unique ways depending on the load conditions. They are sort of artificial intelligence devices that sense the various external conditions and make decisions accordingly. These are also called as fuzzy logic systems. So in most of the advanced washing machines, all these parts, the artificial intelligence, fuzzy logic systems, all these are the added. Then drain pipe. Then the drain pipe enables removing the dirty water from the washing that has been used for the washing purpose. So in detail, we have studied a washing machine. So next part is a digital camera. So digital camera, the camera of generally previously used cameras are analog cameras. So directly we will take the definition, that is a digital camera, a device that will sample the original light that bounces off your subject to create digital image. This device is called as a digital camera. A digital camera is the easier and faster path to take a picture. So this is a generalized uh, figure of a digital camera. So this is a front panel, that is a LCD screen. Then memory storage switch is there. Then optic board or drives. The lens is there. Also motors are used. Then lenses are there. Lens here used there. Then USB cable as shown in this figure. Then signal processing board is inside there. Then most important part is a CCD, that is a charge coupled device used in a digital camera. Sensing. It has a sensor that converts light into electrical charges. The image sensors employed by most of digital cameras is a charge coupled devices. In a CCD device, the charge is actually transported across the chip and read at one corner of the array. An analog to digital converter turns each pixel value into digital value. In order to get full color image, most sensors uses filtering to look at the light in its three primary colors. Once all three colors have been recorded, they can be added together to create the full spectrum of the colors. if camera says it has a 2.1 megapixel, then they really are approximately this photo size. On the CCD. So early generations of digital camera had a fixed storage inside the camera, although most of the today's cameras are capable of connecting to a serial, parallel, SCSI and USB ports. They usually provide you with some sort of removable storage device. Okay. Then next, a camera lens collects the available light and focuses it on a sensor. So working of camera lens collects the available light and focuses it on sensors. Most of the digital camera use anti-focus techniques. Autofocus mechanism of the camera works like an actuator. A typical autofocus sensor (CCD) provides input to algorithms that compute the contrast of the actual picture element. So here also microprocessor in the camera looks at the strip of pixel and looks at the difference in intensity among the adjacent pixels. If the scene is out of focus, adjacent pixels have very similar intensities. The microprocessor moves the lens, looks at the CCD's pixels again and sees if the difference in intensity between adjacent pixels improved or got worse. So we'll skip some part. Then basic elements of automatic camera. These are the basic elements, and this is a block diagram from W. Bolton. Bolton's book, that is Mechatronics. So you can download a PDF of that book online. So basic elements of the automatic camera. So these are the basic elements. Switch to activate the system. Shutter button pressed when photograph is to be taken. Then battery. Then interface circuitry is there. Range sensors, n number of sensors, light sensors, encoder to give lens positions. Then microprocessor control unit is as shown in this figure. Then motor drive, solenoid to motor for to advance the film, to actuator to open the shutter, then to actuator to close the shutter, lens position drive, again motor, aperture control drive, again motor is the their use, then stepper motor you can also use there, display of data in view finder. Then next, the modern camera is likely to have automatic focusing and exposure. As above figure illustrate the basic aspect of microprocessor-based system that can be used to control the focusing and exposure. When the switch is open to activate the system and camera pointed at the object being photographed, the microprocessor takes in the input from the range sensor and sends output to the lens position drive to move the lens to achieve focusing. The lens position is fed back to the microprocessor so that the feedback signal can be used to modify the lens position according to the input from the range sensor. So here in the camera also microprocessor is used. Here these are the few steps of the program for the automatic camera. You have seen that is a first is a process, that is a begin. If battery check input is okay, then continue, otherwise stop. Then this is a loop, this is a total is a loop. So read the input from range sensor, then calculate lens movement, output signal to lens position drive, input data from lens position encoder, compare calculated output with actual output, stop output when lens in correct position, send in focus signal to view finders display, etc. So if you observe any digital camera you have handled, then these are the loop procedure, or you can take photos or images accordingly. So next is a simple digital camera. So as previously mentioned, this is a uh, more detailed diagram, and in that as shown in this figure, observe lenses, as previously mentioned, charge coupled devices are used. Then next is the analog to digital converter is there. Then CCD preprocessor is there. Pixel coprocessor are also used. Then digital to analog converters are also used. Analog to digital, digital to analog converter. Then JPG codec, joint picture expert group. So to compress the image, JPEG is used, as you know. Then DMA controller is also used. Then memory controllers are also used. Then microcontroller, as in third year you are studying microcontroller. So this is also a main part or heart of any digital camera. Then ISA bus interface, UART, LCD control, then display control, multiplier or vacuum. So this is a detailed diagram of a digital camera. You can draw in exam also, and also previous block diagram is also important from W. Bolton. So next we will take charge coupled devices. As previously we have explained charge coupled devices, this is an important part of any digital camera. So spatial sensor, what is CCD? Spatial sensor that captures an image. Spatial sensor that captures an image, which is a light sensitive silicon controlled state device composed of many cells. So this is a charge coupled device. When exposed to light, each cell becomes electrically charged. This charge can then be converted to a n bit value where 0 represents no exposure, while 2 raised to n dash 1 represents the every intense exposure of that cell to light. Then some of the columns are covered with black strip of a pen. The light intensity of this pixel is used for zero bias adjustment. Then next is a electromechanical shutter, is activated to expose the cells to light for brief movement. This is a electromechanical shutter. Then this is the electronic circuitry. When commanded, discharges the cells, activates electromechanical shutter, and then reads the n bit charge value of each cell. These values can be clocked out of the CCD by external logic through a parallel bus interface. So this is a additional detailed information of a charge coupled devices. Then next, compression. So in the um, digital cameras, to store more images, compression is needed. So what is compression? That is a, it stores more images, transmit images to PC in less time. You can transmit images then with less time. JPEG joint photographic expert group, popular standard format for representing compressed digital images, provides for number of different modes of operation. Mode used in this chapter provides high compression ratio using DCT, that is a discrete cosine transform. Image data divided into blocks, that is 8 by 8 pixels. 3 steps performed on each block. Then also first step is a DCT, that is a discrete cosine transform. Then quantization, as you in digital communication this word you have studied, quantization, that is approximation to the nearest value or rounding is called as a quantization. Then coding techniques are also used. Huffman coding is used generally for in that. Okay. Then next is a parameters of digital camera. What are different parameters of digital camera? Aperture. Aperture refers to the diameter of the opening in the camera. This can be set in automatic as well as manual mode. Professionals prefer manual mode as they can bring their own touch to the image. Shutter speed. Shutter speed refers to the rate and amount of light that passes through the aperture. This can be automatic only. Both the aperture and the shutter speed play important role in making good images. Then focal length. focal length is a factor that is designed by the manufacturer. It is the distance between the lens and the sensor. It also depends on the size of the sensor. If the size of the sensor is small, the focal length will also be reduced by proportional amount. Lenses. There are mainly four types of lenses used for digital camera. They differ according to the cost of camera and also focal length adjustment. Okay, so these are the parameters. Other parameters, lens parameters are also there. Aspect ratio is there. So if you study in detail, then one subject you can say on digital cameras. Okay, so in exam you have to summarize the answers, that is a generalized block diagram and some working explanation you have to explain due to time consideration. So in this lecture we have studied washing machine in detail. So this is a washing machine is a good example of a mechatronics. In that as previously we have mentioned in the previous slides, in the washing machine different types of sensors are used to sense the data, that is for the cold water sensing, hot water sensing. Then also as we have explained, cam operated switches are also used in the washing machine. Then microprocessor, microcontroller play very important role in a washing machine. And also in the advanced washing machine, in that also some as previously mentioned, neural network, fuzzy logic, then also some IoT parts are added. So as day by day new advances comes, the new systems are added in the that washing machine, that is a dryer part. Then you may take n number of examples, or in the market number of washing machines are available, you can see. Then next is a digital camera. We have this is digital camera is also good example of a mechatronic system. That is in that we have studied the detailed block diagram of that digital camera, charge coupled devices, then lens system, then microcontroller used in that in the digital camera. Then we have studied some parameters of that digital camera. So in exam time is very less, so you have to summarize the answer. In this lecture we have taken more deep these two topics. So we'll stop here. Thank you.